Okay. So I am live. Let's see here. I know this is a little quick impromptu live stream. I just got back from the property over the new house, so I thought I'd run a couple of things by whoever shows up and give you a quick update. I did do I have some video to edit that I will do later on today and put up either tonight or tomorrow. But I wanted to kind of explain a little bit about the pump and why my wife thinks I'm nuts, and get some people's input on what they think about that. See if I can find this stream on my phone. Good morning, Mitch. How are you doing? So did you leave already? You might have already left. I don't show anybody in the room. Are you still here, Mitch, or did you leave? I wanted to know what the video. I know the video looks like crap, but I wanted to see what the sound was like. I'm still using that same microphone. Oh, you are here. Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right. So anyway, maybe I'll just kind of spit it out if whoever joins. People aren't going to know because I just, excuse me, just left the property over there. So I thought I'd do a video. Okay, cool. Thanks, Mitch. The one thing about the house, what they're doing, when I was there, I did take video, and I'll like I said just a minute ago, I will put up video about what's going on over there. But just to let you know, they are going to pour the stairs and the upstairs concrete today. When I was there at 9:30 a.m., they were putting the slabs, lifting the slabs with the crane for the second floor, and then they'll put the forms around that, put the steel down, and pour it this afternoon. And I'm going to try to make it over there today, get that, and then I've got about 10 or 15 minutes of video on that. I wanted to go. I got quite a few questions for me, quite a few, and we broke 200 too, which was kind of cool. Thanks everybody that subscribed. I really appreciate it. Never thought I'd hit 100. So, but the pump was only the cheap China pump that I got was only 1,200 baht, and I did talk the guy into giving me my money back. I have to pack that up today and send it back to him. I really don't want to mess around with it too much, so for 3,500 baht, I'm getting a 220 volt pump with a control panel, and it will pump, I think it's 40 liters a minute at 50 meters deep, and it's only 3,500 baht. So what is that? 30, 60, $110 or something. And then I'll decide. I think I'm going to end up going with a 750 watt that's capable of doing the same thing in solar. But like I had said before, or tried to mention before, is that I'm paying the neighbor behind me, is Frank, paying his electric bill to use his water. And if it goes 3 or 4 more months, it was $1,500 last time I paid it. So hell, that pays for the pump. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that down. I can always keep it as a backup in case the solar one goes down or whatever the case may be. I just want to get it up and excuse me, and get it running. I did buy a cheap 1,000-liter storage tank. Most of the ones that I saw, they're granted they're lifetime, a little bit thicker, metal fittings in the storage container itself. but they're like 4,000, 4,500, in that range. I got this one for 2,100 baht. So I've just got it as an extra one. I'll probably put it on the property in Ubon, or keep it as an extra one. I don't know if I explained. I got to go over it again, but we're planning on putting a little 3 meter by 3 meter with an upper deck guest house kind of in the corner, even though I don't have any room on the property. And maybe I'll keep it as a separate, because I'd like to keep that completely self-contained, its own little pump for water, its own storage tank, its own septic system. It would be nice. That way, if anybody comes and visits, they got a nice place to stay. Put air conditioning, of course, in it. It has a bathroom, so we'll do that. Hi, Sue. How you doing? Good morning to you. So that was it. Now, the part that I wrote in there that said my wife thinks I'm crazy is, it's cooler today, but what was it, last week when I was there when I think I did the pump video where I said it was hotter than the hubs. It was like 40 or 41. It was just stifling, And so I told my wife, and I haven't told I'm going to have the guys build it, but I'm going to get one of those rolling AC units that have the hose coming out the back, a 1-ton. And I'm going to have the guys, out of all that wood that they used, I'm going to have them frame a room that's kind of going to be out of the way, just a little, like 8 foot by 8 foot, not even, whatever, 6 foot by 6 foot square. And then out of that wood, and then I'm just going to wrap that wood in plastic and have them frame me up a little door to get in and out of, and put a desk, a chair, the air conditioner, and maybe my laptop. I can replace to plug it in. I'm having her check in right now with getting internet over there, because the internet on my phone is horrible. So that's why she thinks I'm nuts. I guess that isn't typically what a Thai person would do, but that's what I want to do. That way I can go over there, and if I get, I'm no spring chicken anymore, and at 40 degrees Celsius, I don't even know what that is, and nor do I probably want to know what it is in Fahrenheit. Hey, teacher, how you doing, man? Good morning. It's just stifling. So I figured I'd just get, some kind of clear plastic and have them build me a little 6x6 room or something, 8x8 room in the corner, or maybe upstairs, now that they have upstairs done, somewhere where it's kind of out of the way, so I don't have to move it, but make it movable, and then just wrap it in plastic and put a desk, a chair, the air conditioner, of course, and then I can get out of the heat. But she thinks I'm absolutely crazy, but it makes sense. The same line's getting one. Yeah, exactly, on the pump. You're right, Mitch. So, yeah, you need to relax, Mitch. You can't stay up 24 hours a day. I tried to tell that to my buddy, too. I got probably one of my best friends. He lives in Phoenix, and he's always been an earner, a guy that just out there hustling and making things happen and stuff. And I didn't hear from him up until a month ago. Usually when I talk to him 2-3 times a month. But usually when I get a hold of him, it takes him 2 or 3 days to get back to me, because he's busy. Him and his wife. He's got a younger wife, too. He's my age, and she's like 45 or 50 maybe. I didn't hear from him. And finally, she called me and said that she had lost my number, that he was in the hospital with COVID, and she had it, too. And they kept him for 7 days. And granted, he got out and stuff. And I told him, I don't know. I know you look way young, by the way, Mitch, which kind of pisses me off. Just kidding. But, I'm not a spring. I tried to explain to him, and he finally said he's going to slow it down a bit. It gets to a point where how much money do you need? I ran into that a couple of times in my life when I got out of the big air conditioning company and had that fight after 27 years, me and my pretty much best friend. We only had one fight, and that fight I left. But it was big. I had we had the 150 employees, and it was one of the bigger non-union air conditioning companies in Los Angeles. And it was basically in his name, but I ran all the installation stuff and ran a lot of stuff. And we just had our differences, but it was a couple of times it was like, how big do we want to get? How many ulcers can I handle? It's just, yeah, I don't know. I got to slow down. I mean, you want to get here, which I understand. Yeah, it does tick me off. I hate it when people look young. All right, take it easy, teacher. Yeah, Echo is still by all means. They were probably one of our biggest competitions, even as a non-union company. But when we were kind of a weird non-union company. If the union was paying their techs 45 an hour, we were paying ours 42.50. So it wasn't like we were trying to get work from them and not pay our guys. We had 401ks, we had insurance. The only thing was the unions were really hitting us hard right when I left. They ended up after I left because I was kind of keeping them at bay because they didn't have the manpower to give me it's a whole different story. Maybe I'll do a video on it. But after I left, they ended up actually picketing his residence, and they went crazy on him after I left. But I was kind of the cushion between everything. But yeah, Akos definitely, as far as I know. Now I left 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Hey, Robert Mack, how you doing? Hey, did you ever find out where Time to Get Going went, or did you figure that out? So what do we got? Oh, we actually got 4 people here. It's more than I thought I was going to get. So I don't know if everybody had heard, but right now I was there this morning at the house. They lifted the slabs into place for upstairs. The stairs are already formed and ready to pour steel and everything. They've got to put the forms around the upstairs and the steel down, and they are, according to my brother who was there actually this morning, which was surprising, are going to pour the second floor concrete today. So I'm going to try to make it back over there. I've got about 15 or 20 minutes of video of a place we went to eat and about the house. The place we went to eat was awesome. The guy is a chef from Bangkok, and he's now here in Surin, little bitty hole in the wall place. And he cooked me an Australian steak, and it was awesome. The guy cooked it well. I asked for medium rare. I got medium rare, and the price was 200 baht. And then my wife had a big giant pork steak, Thai style, a little patty of sticky rice, papaya salad on it. That was 65 baht. The whole bill for us drinking and everything was 300 baht. So of course I gave him 100 baht, which my wife was actually in for that time. I mean, she bitches at me for tipping, but I don't know if you guys know if I went down that road with y'all, but my mom was basically a single mother, raised me and my brother, and she was a waitress. So I have a thing for tipping people. You did get the first dose. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, anytime, Mitch, anytime. You guys have my email address, right? I don't know if you do or not. I got to figure out how in these videos. I guess it's easy. I think I just got to start typing stuff in the description when I do a video and give you guys my my email address and that kind of stuff. In fact, I'm going to do it on this one. I'm going to get the rest of that video and put it out either tonight or tomorrow morning. And in the description, I'll put the guy actually gave me his number for the restaurant I want to put in there, and I'll put in my email address and stuff like that. I guess I got to figure out how to do that. Let's see. Keep on pretending like I can see, but So you're getting on the 30. You see, I don't know what to do here. That was actually stupid. I went to see my doctor also yesterday. We went to the doctor in the morning, gave blood, um, went out, looked at the property, took some video, went to eat that lunch, went back to see the doctor, and I forgot to even ask him about how much and when I could buy it and when I could get the vaccine. The only reason I'm thinking about getting the vaccine is it's been almost a year and a half since I've been back to see my grandkids and my family and friends. So, and I'm almost positive that I've got to have that there by the time I go, which I'm figuring is going to be, if I'm lucky, November, more than likely January. So it'll be 2 years since I've been back, that they're going to want some kind of certificate or passport stamp or whatever they're going to do saying that you've been stuck, and I'm almost positive they're going to do it. Not for sure, but April 2nd, that was on the 12th. Yeah, I was listening to somebody this morning, and they said that California, everybody will have that available to them by April. I think they said April 16th. Everybody in California, regardless of age, regardless of anything. But I should have. I'm gonna ask my doctor. I will. Maybe my wife can stop by there and find out. Somebody said it was going to be like 3,500 baht or something like that. I could get stuck, but hope everything goes smooth. And yeah, I don't know, Robert. Did you ever? I know that I was conversing back and forth with Time to Get Going, and he had gotten sick, him and his wife both. After getting it. Nothing, he said it was nothing, drastic or anything, just a little bit of a fever and some other stuff. But I don't know if you talked to him or if you've ever even found him. Like I said, it was weird because you sent me that thing saying you didn't know where he went. And when I looked at it, his little icon thing or whatever it's called was just a brown blotch with a W or something in it. And it was a Thai name next to it, and it had his subscribers, which was like, 1,300 and whatever, and but it was a Thai name next to it. So I don't know, unless maybe he changed it to his wife, had her take over the channel. I don't know. So let me know if you hear. The guy's a nice guy, really a nice guy. So let me see what I'm missing here. We're just talking amongst each other, right? Anybody have any kind of questions? Oh, and again, I don't know who was here before, but on the part that I put in there that my wife thinks I'm nuts, is I'm going to have them build me a little wood fort inside the house there. I'm going to wrap it in clear plastic and put a portable air conditioner in there and a little desk and a chair, so I can actually spend more time there. I had a little problem with it seems like, well, it's like this everywhere. People drink, and I want to give a lot of the work and stuff to the relatives. And the one cousin of hers that is doing the fence right now, he's very talented. He helped me with the koi ponds when I did the above ground ones over at the other house. He helped me build the filters and stuff like that because, of course, I was a little bit down on my whatever. I wasn't feeling good. But the other day, he didn't have anything waiting for stuff to get there. And I guess he started drinking a little bit. And then the other brother, he got mad, the builder, because he, people come and look at the house and want him to build something and get there and sees everybody drinking. And, naturally it was. So I had to kind of set him straight today, and I know his wife was scared enough because they need the money. And in fact, when I hired him in, I paid him for a week so that he could pay his scooter payment, that scooter that she rides, and pay their electric bill, that kind of stuff. So, I'd really like to help her family if possible. But so I had to have that little discussion. The stuff that he's done, he was cutting the steel for the foundations for the wall this morning when I was there. He poured a base concrete in about 12 footings all the way down. And then I guess he'll put some kind of a grade beam on top of that. He's got to put some more steel in there, and he's going to pour some more concrete. Then he'll put the beam, and then he'll build the structure on top of that. I was going to go with a block wall, but I don't know if anybody's seen it, but I'm going to go with the slats that slide down in. The beams are kind of cut in, and then the slats slide down in. Probably a little bit more money, but less labor. And I want to kind of get the walls done, except for the front wall. The front wall will be something fancy. I haven't even, or not fancy, but a little bit better than just the slats. It'll be more open so that you can see the front of the home and that kind of stuff. Let's see what I'm missing. I'm blind. Hey, Steve, how you doing, man? Hey, Bill. Well, you're 76. I feel better now. So it seems like everybody's getting it. Like I said, the only thing that I heard about, and it isn't in everybody, but I guess some people have a reaction to it. And the one that, and I forget his name also, is Robert. You still here? Hey, Bob, what's happening, man? I can't remember his name for some reason. Another thing about getting old. But anyway, in the time to get going deal, he said him and his wife both had a reaction to it and were sick one night, didn't feel good, fever, that kind of thing. But he said it was nothing too bad. But I guess a lot of people go and they don't get anything, which is even better. I should just leave my glasses on. I get too close when I try to read. Maybe I should try to read off the phone. Okay. There's Robert. How's it going, Bob? Bobby and Jai. That's right. Okay. Thanks. This getting old sucks. But, he just said did you ever get a hold of him, or did you figure out what was going on, or no? Second dose on the 17th. Cool. Try to look at this phone. I can see it better. I just see a reflection in these glasses. Kind of sucks. And everybody said from the beginning the video I know isn't perfect because it's just on my laptop cam, but the sound is good. I'm glad to hear that, Bob. And I don't know if you were here, but earlier, Bob, when I said that Nitnoid thinks I'm crazy because I'm going to have them build me a little 8x8 room in the house and cover it in plastic with a little door to get in and out. And I'm going to put a portable air conditioner in there with a chair and a desk and stuff so I can spend more time there than that. She thinks I'm crazy. So that's not a normal Thai thing. So, and it wasn't bad. I looked at a little 12,000 BTU secondhand, I don't know, like 4,000 baht. What is that? 30, 60, 90, 120? Yeah, something like that. So, and I'm sure I can sell it for close to that after I'm done, or keep it around in case one of the air conditioners in the new house goes bad or something. But I'm actually looking forward to doing that. Yeah, because like I said, the one day it wasn't bad today, but the other day when I was over there, it was 40 plus, 41, 42 degrees Celsius, and it was just stifling. I mean, I sat in the shade, but it's like I did not want to move. At least if I had a place to get out of the that hot temperature for 15, 20 minutes, even come back out, walk around. If I got hot, go back in. So that's what I'm planning on doing. She thinks I'm nuts, but I'm going to do it. Yeah, absolutely brutal. I mean, it was like getting out of the truck. It was like walking into a brick wall. You know, it was just like boom. Oh, speaking of that too, we went. Does anybody know? I know that there's some people that have built. I'm hearing that the white block is the better building block for the house. My builder said the house will stay cooler, blah blah blah. Not the red brick. Well, my wife wanted the red brick because the people at work told her that the red brick was better. And then now she heard from other people that, so she told the brother, and he almost ordered all the brick. And he was putting in the white. So I told her, and I met him this morning and made sure that we are getting the white. But I'd be interested to know if anybody knows. But what I'm hearing from most people is the white block is better. We're also going to go, and I'm not going to remember the name of it, but it's the roofing is actually a metal kind of fancy corrugated roof, but I didn't want any kind of sound in it. So the stuff that we're getting is it's got a 4 inches of foam on the bottom of the metal. So the panels are actually this thick, you know, and because I told her, I said, you know, I don't know what he's got planned, but I don't want to not be able to talk in the house if it's raining, you know. So we're getting that. It's going to be, she's going to pick out the color, some kind of a gray. The kind of the theme on the house is going to be a light gray, dark gray, white, you know, type thing. So, but I'd be interested to know. But I'm hearing like 90% of the people are saying the white block is the way to go. Yeah, white is the insulator. Yeah, that sounds about right, Mitch. I mean, it was stifling, man. Yeah, you know, they're putting in the Robert. They're putting in the red brick. And red on the outside, huh? Yeah, I've heard a bunch of good stuff about the white brick. I will check into it. As of right now, yeah, Joe is definitely doing it with the red brick. In fact, they're almost. I watched his latest one. They're almost done. They were getting. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to ask him next time I talk to him. I didn't understand. I knew he was putting a pool in the backyard, but I didn't know it was going to be a PVC lined pool. I'm kind of interested to see what that's all about. Is it going to be concrete and then smoothed out and then the liner put in on top of the concrete? If anybody knows, let me know that too. I was quite interested. I don't know if anybody's seen his last one, but yeah, it looks like red brick on everything, and the dog's going crazy. Let me let her in. Oh, all right, Toby, come on. There you go. Come on. But in the last video that he did, they're in the stage of the pool, and he was talking to the guy, and the guy, it's a saltwater pool, but it's PVC liner. So I don't know exactly what he has planned for that. I'm very curious to see. You know, he said that there's a 15-year warranty on whatever he's putting in this PVC. Yeah, it is real interesting. I'm very curious to see it. Was it cheaper? Is it better? Is it worse? You know, I don't know. I'm gonna just have the guys do my little plunge pool. I'm just gonna do that out of concrete block, cement floor, concrete floor, and then render everything, and then set tile, a blue tile of some sort. It's not going to be that big. It's only going to be 2.5 meters by 3.5 meters, I think. Just enough to get out of the it's going to be covered anyway. The koi pond and the plunge pool will both be covered, so they can actually go in it in the middle of the day with my white body and not get completely burned. The white block. Okay. Yeah, worst case scenario, I'll make it another koi pond. if, if the pool, I'm just going to do something simple. It's going to be small. It's basically there so that we can just jump in and jump out. I'm going to put a little like bar back there with a couple of stools and maybe a little table in between the pool and the koi pond. There isn't much room, like I said. I'm hoping that I can actually get either one side or the other piece of property. It would be nice, but we'll do with what we got. She owned the property outright, so it was definitely the way to go. And the property is selling. They're small. It's like 90. God, I don't. It's like 26 meters down the sides and 15 meters across. So it's very small, but they just sold one just like it because now I think they're going to put that concrete road down there. People are right across down the street. Maybe, of course, I have to go in miles. I'm not a big kilometer guy, but maybe a mile down the road is the new government center. So everything in that area, all the property went up. He wanted 1.2 million for it, and the younger couple, from what I understand, bought it and got it for 900,000. But it. So I think I got to see and find out. I don't really have the money right now to buy anything on buy a piece on either side, even if I got a great deal on it. But I'd like to have it. It'd be perfect. 2 of those lots would be absolutely perfect. We're still going to have a little garden and stuff. Her mom likes to garden. She loves the flowers and that kind of stuff. So we'll figure it out. But it's going to be small, but it'll be nice and cozy in the backyard. Let's see. See, somebody else just joined in. Hey, Joe, what's up? Joe's here. But let's see. Yeah, exactly. I was going to do that with the koi pond. The koi pond, I'm going to try something different that I've seen on YouTube. These guys that are raising fish, like fish to eat, they have their concrete stuff to raise their fry in, and then I think they throw them in outdoor ponds. But what they do is they just render the inside with the concrete, and the biggest problem with that is all the alkaline and it raises the pH way up, and it's hard to get it. But what they use is either plantain leaves and trunks and all cut up and dried, or banana, which I have an abundance of. And they fill it up with water, throw it in there for 2 weeks. Once you start seeing stuff live in there swimming around, then it's safe for fish. Of course, I'll be testing it. I am going to check into some sealant black, but I'm just worried about, some places say it's fish safe, and you put it in there and it kills your fish. Of course, I would never put all my fish in, but I'm going to still check into that. But right now, I'm going to try this rendering the concrete, and because the whole walls and everything are going to turn, are going to get a light, or hope get a light, maybe quarter inch, half inch of a nice green algae on the walls, and the fish will eat it. No, it's not string algae, but a good algae. So it's all going to be green, dark green anyway. So I think that's what I'm going to try. But right now he's going to build the walls. Hopefully he's going to build the little plunge pool and the koi pond. And then I still got to get somebody to build the cover over the front driveway and over on the side where the kitchen, where the Thai kitchen's going to go. So he has 4 tanks. Are the concrete tanks, Steve? Yeah, I saw it just out of the blue. I was just checking on concrete ponds and ran across 2 or 3 videos about how to make them fish safe. So, as long as they're smooth and there's no leaks, I don't really care. The like I said, it's gonna all be green anyway. So as long as it's healthy for the fish now are still in that little pool. It's way overcrowded, and they're just healthy as heck. And I don't do much. Once in a while, if I think that they're getting buggy, or if I want to get rid of some dissolved solids, I'll use potassium permanganate, which a lot of people freak out about. I think it's the best stuff that was ever made. I use it on any kind of sores on their body, on a Q-tip, that kind of thing. And then once in a while, I'll just get rid of the solids. It stresses them a little bit, but not much. But it takes away all the crap that's on them. And I've had that now. It's been over a year, and they've been overcrowded and in that tank for over a year, and they're great. Of course, they're not growing, gigantic, but some of the bigger ones are 22, 20 inches, stuff like that. And when I get them in a little bit bigger pond, it'll be, yeah, I sure did, Bill. Thanks. Yeah, can you believe it? What was it, like not even a month ago? I was like 86 or something. So yeah, it's great. I appreciate everybody that's became subs, and hopefully they enjoy, what I got. I'm kind of getting used to doing it now. I was a little weird before. I'm talking a lot more, trying to in the videos, and getting used to seeing my mug up there, but getting comfortable with it. And it keeps me, like I said, it keeps me busy. I'm bored, I mean, if I could get over on the house, and build that cold room, I'd spend more time there, and it would fill my day, no doubt. And then what I'm thinking about afterwards, besides we're going to go to Pattaya on the 9th through the 16th of next month with the kids. So I'll do a lot of stuff from there, maybe even live stream. And then when we come back, I'm thinking, even when my house is done, if the brother and if people are interested and want to see how much it costs, different size homes, stuff like that, I'll go video other homes in the area, and maybe not quite as extensive as I'm doing on mine, but at least go over and, once a week or something, and just do a little video and pop it on, because a lot of people are interested. I know I was. How much does it cost for this? How much does it cost for that? Is it expensive? Is it not expensive? Am I overpaying? How much do I need? Is it worth building? For me, if you have a Thai partner, and they could qualify for a loan, because my uncle taught me a long time ago, if you can use somebody else's money, by all means, do it with their money. He's talking about banks. And that's what I've done my whole life. And, with her, they wouldn't do anything with me. But once she had an influx of money and could show an income more than what she made at work, they just gave her right for 2.5, And in that case, if I went to this house right here, is costing me $8,000, and I think the loan amount when I get done is going to be 13,000 baht a month for the loan on the house. So it's like, I would probably tell somebody, definitely come over and rent a place for a year and check it all out. But I mean, if you don't have to lay out money, or if you have the money and you want to invest for your wife or your partner or whoever it is, so they have something when you're gone, then, maybe it does make sense to build something, because, granted, and stuff's low right now. Eventually it's not going to be, you're not going to be able to go to Pattaya and rent a 1-bedroom condo overlooking the water for 10,000 baht. It just isn't going to happen, next year. So I guess it all depends on that, what your plans are, and if you have money, if you don't have money. But between, I would say, in good times, this house probably rents for probably close to 12,000 baht, and 13,000 is what the mortgage is going to be. So it's the same thing for me. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to pay it anyway. But I just wish that all this crud would get over with, so that I can meet everybody that's joining the channel, and and I know that you guys want to get here. That's for sure. Let's see. Yeah, I think so too. And the more and more, um, yeah, I know. I definitely don't. Definitely got a face for radio, right, Joe? But uh, yeah, I think I know I always was. Even when I was in 2015, I went for 8 months to Costa Rica. Hell, I knew the whole town that I was going to before I even got to Costa Rica. I watched all the YouTubers driving around on their scooters, filming. By the time I got there, I knew exactly what streets were what. It was a small town, but I knew how much groceries were. I knew how much it cost to buy a pineapple, to buy apples, to buy fish, to buy, and those kind of videos. I think people like. How much do I expect to spend to live here? And of course, everybody's done videos like that, but the people like to see, I think, the walking. I know I did the walking through the big C and walking through macro, and how much is milk and how much is, crackers and, and that kind of stuff, so that they got it in their mind. I know my biggest thing about coming here was, am I going to be able to live? I have a good enough income that I didn't worry about it too much. But some people that are on Social Security, and I did a little video on that are in the 12, 14, 1500 on their Social Security. Yeah, it depends. Like I said, if you're going to drink, $100 worth of beer a night, no, you're not going to make it. But if you're not a drinker, and if you're a light smoker, I was smoking 3 packs a day. But even here, that was only 60 baht a pack. And I was coming from California and New York, where they were $12 a pack, so $12 in New York. They were a little bit cheaper in California. But, it's very possible. And I know that there's friends that I have that are doing that and living comfortably. They're not on top of the world and, partying and running around, but they're having a good life, And I mean, where are you going to live if you don't own your own home in the States? And I only can talk about the States, but it's probably the same anywhere. Where are you going to live for $1,500 a month unless you own your home? You're not. Hell, I know in California you're not. In California, I know that they were paying $1,200 for a cheap 1-bedroom apartment outside of LA. So, I don't know. I just love Thailand. I think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. So, and I know a lot of you guys are obviously looking at all the YouTube channels. You want to come to Thailand if you're not already here or been here. You said, oh, you put your face. Oh, I know my face is only for radio. Let's see what Mitch has to say. If I miss anything, guys, just put it back down in again. And 1 hour north of, okay, that's over by Chuck and Paige, right? They're in Tatpanome, I think, right? Steve? I think they are. I've been trying to see him for a year and a half. I've pretty much given up. Every time I try to go, it's like they're gone a lot too. But he seemed like he's a pretty decent guy. I don't know. Never met him. Cool. Yeah, the land that she has in Ubon is kind of neat. She's got one rye there, and like I said, eventually when we done with this, and if it's even feasible, if I sell my house or sell something back in the States, we want to set up that as like a little weekend retreat, because it's about 3 hours from here to where the property is in Ubon. Ubon itself is probably about 2 hours from here, and it's about an hour past that. But it's nice. It's a nice piece of property. Yeah, I heard that same rumor, Robert. Because what they're talking about is, or what my understanding is he's talking about Phuket, is that they're planning on having everybody in the island of Phuket vaccinated. And then anybody that comes in has to have their test and vaccination, and then they might do it. It'd be nice. I mean, you might as well give it a shot. I know they don't want to. They're hoping if you're vaccinated, you're fine. We don't know 100% if that's a fact or not, but I mean, it sure would be nice. I mean, I know all the people in Phuket and the big hotels and stuff like that. They're shut down. I mean, I don't know if you've seen any video of anybody going through some areas in Phuket, but there's no one there. So if they could do that, it would be great. But I heard that same rumor. I hope it's true. The Grinch. Hey, Ed, how you doing, man? Pleased to meet you. Thank you very much. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, there's Steve wants to know where you're from. Yeah, I haven't gotten my stimulus check. The last one, Mitch, although I got the first one and I got the second one in my Social Security, or through that. I don't file taxes, so the one I will probably have to file taxes when I turn 65. I'll make too much when I get my pension, but right now I have I'm on Social Security disability. And then I have kind of like a AFLAC account, which is through Cigna, and that runs another 3 years, I think, or something like that. But right now I don't. It was really weird, just in case anybody's interested in this. When I went to, if I figure in that check from Cigna and my Social Security, I make way too much money and I should be paying taxes. What the deal is when I was working, it was a union. It was a building. It was operating engineers union, and when I got it, I paid for it. It was $99 a month. It gave me $4,000 of insurance a month, and if I would have if they would have offered it to me and they paid for it, the company that I was working for, if they paid for it, I would have had to pay taxes. But because I paid for it myself, my own insurance, I don't have to pay taxes. So I didn't know that at the time, but as it worked out pretty good for me. I got lucky. Yeah, what's going to be weird is that I don't have an address anymore. I've been here a year and a half. My wife passed away in 2018. The P.O. box was in her name. Not that mattered too much, but I wasn't in the States. So when it came up to renew it, I couldn't do it over the phone. I had to do it in person myself, and it could be me and not my wife. And so I guess I lost my P.O. box. I did put in a forwarding address to my mom's house, but if they send out, because I'm hearing a bunch of conflicting stuff on, now why they would mail me a check when I have direct deposit baffles me. But according to one says, now what's her name in the Treasury came out day before yesterday and said we're going to get all this stuff together, and within a couple of days to a couple weeks. Now, this was on the White House, their deal. They put it out. Well, they ended up pulling that video, but she said between a couple of days and a couple of weeks. Well, me, I don't really care, but there's a lot of people in the United States that are dying, especially ones that are making, $1,000 a month on their Social Security, just barely making it, and they're not going to get their check. I mean, come on. So hopefully they do something. I guess we'll find out. Supposedly on Monday, the latest rumors that I heard was that she's going to make a big drop again. She'll make the drop on Saturday. We won't hear about it till Monday, and we should get a check on Thursday. So that if that's the way it's been for the one that came on St. Patrick's Day and for the one that was supposed to come to most people yesterday or the 24th or whatever it was. So we'll see. The poor people are dying, man. They need the money. Well, let me go back. Didn't you have a Thai wife? Is that what you said? Pleased to meet you. I'm hoping to move Thailand with my. Where are you planning on going, Grinch? Where in Thailand? And Mitch, where are you going to go in October? I know you probably told me, but I'm old. I'm glad to hear your father's holding his own. Yeah, I've never flown that EVA, but I've heard it's a good airline. Sounds like you have, Robert. See, all the ones that I got, which when I first started coming here, was China Air, and I wouldn't fly that if they held a gun to my head. Um, First off, I don't know why, but the attitude that I got when I flew into, where did I fly into? One of the main cities, I can't remember now, but they did not like me. I was white, I was an American, and the people in the airport were disrespectful. It was just horrible, and I had big layovers there. I would just sit in the corner and just wait for it to go away. So now I guess it's going to be either something like EVA or Philippines, through the Philippines. But it seems like they're about the same. The cheapest price that I paid, I think, on China Air or whatever it was $480 for a round trip ticket to LAX, which is cheap. But the stuff that I've been checking, like the end of this year, has been 700. So I mean, it's not bad. It's just a long flight, if you've got hangovers or layovers. Hangovers are bad too. Yeah, I don't know. Mine, Bob. I get mine on the third of the month. Doesn't matter what day it is, and if it falls on a Saturday or a Sunday, I get it on that Friday. Is the way that mine works. So if I've got the first falls or the third falls on a Saturday or Sunday, I'll get it on a Friday, whether it be the 31st or the whatever it is. I'll get it on that Friday. They'll deposit it in. And it's really weird too, because that's coming up like soon. And if I remember right, I didn't pay a bunch of attention to it, but the other stimulus checks I got, they came right at the same time as I got my regular Social Security disability. So maybe they'll do that again. I don't know. Yeah, thanks, Bill. Let's see. Mostly most likely Chiang Mai. Okay, that's cool. I've never been there, although I do have that Asia Air Pass to where I get to basically fly for free between now and December. I just pay the tax or something. I think for me to fly back and forth to Bangkok, it cost me 500 baht or something like that. And one of the places that the only bummer about being here and not in Bangkok is I've got to fly from Buriram to Bangkok, from Bangkok to Chiang Mai, and then out of Chiang Mai I can actually fly a bunch of other different places, Udon, I think. But anyway, I want to get there and check it out. I've only heard stuff about it. I haven't actually seen it with my own two eyes. I'm 64. I'll be 65 this year, Bob. You don't have to be sorry about anything, Joe. That's great. You want to do well. You stay up 24 hours a day, right, Mitch? So it doesn't matter whether you're over the loudest bar or not. Cool. Yeah, it'd be nice if you could do something like that so you can look around and not have to rush into anything. It's always nice. Yeah, I did the China thing only because I'm cheap, but that won't happen again. I think so, Bob. I don't know. All right, Bob, you have a good one. Yeah, it's too bad you didn't know exactly when you were coming. You would have been like the perfect person to Mitch is who I'm talking to get you that Asia Air. It was 33,900. I don't remember. But I mean, as long as you book it 14 days in advance, you fly anywhere you want. Any way they go anyway. 61. Okay, Steve. You're going to take Muay Thai? Is that what you're saying, Joe? Yeah, yeah, it is. I got the last one too, and that one was a little bit cheaper too. But I think even if we're going. I told you we're going to Pattaya with the kids. They get out of school on the 9th. The youngest daughter's singing in a recital or something on the 8th. So we're flying there on the 8th. And then that next week, the 12th through the 16th, my wife has off, and the kids are out of school for 2 months for Sokran. So we're going to leave and take a couple of days. So we'll actually be gone from the 8th to the 16th, and then we'll come back. So, and we got a real nice hotel in Pattaya. She had stayed there before with TOT when they're doing their quarterly meetings or their meetings of some sort. Very nice hotel, and the kids are excited. It's got a big giant pool. I'll do a video on that. Yeah, it's just a bummer because no one really knew when they were going to be able to come here. If everybody would have known, like even you or anybody said, yeah, I know I'm going to be there in, August. I'm coming. I'm going to do my 14 days, whatever I got to do, whatever it's about in August. And then I'm going to stay here. I think it would have been worth buying it, even if you only use it for September, October, November, and the first part of September. I mean, you could use the heck out of it, but man, I'm too old for Muay Thai. God bless you, Joe. Take a little abuse for me. You think Mike will give you crap, or Dana probably would, wouldn't he? Well, I know Mike gives you crap anyway. He's going to be, what is today, Friday, or is today Thursday? Is it Thursday or Friday? Where is it? Horrible. Oh, it's Friday. So Mike, right now, what time is it? 11. He's there, man. He could actually have her in his arms right now, but which is kind of cool, man. I give him kudos, man. He over a year. I mean, that's crazy, crazy. Hey, Bad Badger, man, how's it going? I watched your video the other day on the barbecue. My mother-in-law bought one of those that has the little water deal in the middle, and then they barbecue out around the edges. Mostly the kids and my wife and my in-laws, they love the bacon, what I call bacon, but they do that, and then they do the shrimp and all that stuff. They love it. Yeah, Gracie, they got to be. I think he said when I talked to him the other day, 10:45 is what he thought a.m. We'll see. I told him I better not see you for a week or hear from you I'll be really disappointed. Ah, you're going to Phuket. How far is that from you, Badger? Is that a long drive? You do that on your motorcycle, or you take your truck or car? Cool. I'm glad. It looked like you had a good time. Yeah, we're gonna have to all hang out. I'm hoping when everybody gets here. Uh, Hopefully, I'll still have a YouTube channel, and we'll stay in touch. But I'm looking forward to it. Pick a central location, maybe teachers um, area over there because he's by the water, and have everybody meet up there for a long weekend or something, and and do some meeting and greeting, and that would be awesome. I would really enjoy that. 40 minutes. Oh, that ain't bad. Airport is an hour. Huh. Yeah, I got to find out too on, I guess, the airport right by teachers place there that's close to him isn't open right now, but it's going to be shortly. So I asked him to let me know when that opens up because I don't follow all the news. I probably should, but I don't. And I can fly into there. And I told him, hell, I got that Air Asia pass. I'll fly out every other weekend just to come by and have biscuits and gravy, and then fly back home, stay one day. So what difference does it make? What it cost me, 500 baht or something, in a hotel for a night? Shit, uh, that's a no brainer for me. I plus I love the water, so and it seems like me and him are kind of on the same page with the way that we sleep too. He gets up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. That's when I get up, and I go to bed at 9, 10 o'clock at night. So, but yeah, I definitely would love to meet up with everybody. 50 minutes to Colac, really? Hour and a half to Krabi. Wow, man, I have to check out your area too, Badger. That sounds awesome. Now, when I was in Kamala, I took my PCX to Colac and spent 3 to 4 days there. And then I also did twice. I went from there to Krabi and on the scooter with just a little back box, and it was great. I loved it. But you sound like you're really central. I got to check where you are. Yeah, it looks like it to me too, from what I've seen. I really like what he's done with his pool and the place that he built and his little backyard. I've been checking that out because hardscape and landscaping is going to be creeping up on me very quickly. So I know my wife; she's excited about doing that too, and I am too. I got a lot of ideas from watching Badger's YouTube channel. Yeah, I gotta check it out. I never watched Out of Africa. I'll have to check it out. Mitch, what did I watch last night? I usually put something on my little pad when I go to sleep. What did I watch? What did I watch? I think it was one of the last one of the what was the name of that movie? Oh no, it was the new Coming to America or whatever it is, the Eddie Murphy, the one that they did originally, and Netflix did uh, a remake of it. It wasn't bad. I watched part of it. I didn't see the whole thing. Yeah, I really like it, Badger. I mean, and that's what I'm sure that we're gonna probably stay busy for a year or 2 years, maybe more, just moving stuff around in the yard. Um, she's got a pretty good idea of what she wants, and I'm just going to let her run 90% of it. It's her house, you know. Give me a bedroom with air conditioning and the little plunge pool and my koi, and I'm fine. The rest of it's all her. Of course, if I left everything up to her, I'd have a pink house with a pink bedroom, pink floors, pink walls, you know. So I can't let her completely run amok. But with the flowers and a lot of the plants and stuff like that, she can do what she wants. Wow, got 13 people watching. Thanks for coming, and thanks for subscribing, everybody that's here that subscribed. I'm up over 200, and I'm hoping to keep rolling. I am going to do the video on the house. I don't know if you guys want to watch this from the beginning, but they are putting when I was there this morning, and I have video that I'll edit tonight and put up. But I went to an awesome place and had a steak for lunch. My wife took me to yesterday. I went to the doctor's yesterday, and went to the property, and then this morning, and they were lifting the slabs up. The stairs are all framed and ready to pour. And according to my brother who was there, the builder, they are going to pour the 4-inch slab with the steel in it and the stairs today. So I'm going to try to get back over there and film some of that. So I'll have a video out either tonight or tomorrow. And I will put my email address in there in case anybody wants to get a hold of me. I got to get another one. I probably should get a Got to Love Thailand email address. Right now I've got a koidoctor1 at gmail.com. KOIDR, the numeral 1 at gmail.com. But I'll try to put it. I got to learn to put stuff in the description. I'm still learning, man. One guy gave me some good advice on the other one. That last video I did on the pump, the audio sucked. And what I listened to it, he said your audio wasn't that great. He was very nice, but I listened to it afterwards and you're absolutely right. I probably wouldn't have been that nice. But what it was it was the first time that I used the headphones to edit a video, and it sounded loud to me, so I shrunk down the audio, which I need to listen to it without the headphones on, or understand what it's going to sound like when it's on there. So I do really like the Comica wireless mics. They're awesome. I'm just now starting to figure out where I put that on me and where I adjust stuff as far as, the dB or whatever it is. I'm just not that privy to that. I'm more privy to cameras and old, I shot a lot of black and white film when I was younger. I ran a rental dark room when I was a kid right outside of a college in the San Fernando Valley. And I shot 4x5, black and white film. And I really enjoyed myself. In the house that I still have, the basement, I had 4 motorized enlargers, 4x5. I had the whole place set up for film. I shot 2 1/4 stuff too, but mostly 4x5. But I got old, man, and loading up that 4x5 camera and tripod and everything, and trying to get up there in Yosemite and to get to some places where you could actually get some good photo opportunities and the lighting right and everything. I just got too old. I mean, I hate to say it because I thought I was invincible until I almost died. And then I realized I'm not invincible. But yeah, so I really liked film. So I know stuff about cameras, but computers and microphones and headphones and stuff like that, I'm learning. So hopefully I learn quick. And like I said before, if I miss something in here, by all means, put it back in. Steve, I feel the same way and ask the same question. I have not seen a concrete pump in Thailand since I've been here. Now, maybe on the bigger buildings, I don't watch a lot of that. I see mostly residentials, but it's all concrete truck, and they'll put it in one bucket and pour it and carry it to another part of the job. And I mean, it's crazy. But maybe they're expensive. I don't know. Maybe it's cheaper, obviously, to do it that way. But I was really surprised too. When it first started, I'm thinking my whole time in my head, where's the pump at? When are they going to pump this stuff? No. Let's see. Yeah, I could. Sure. It is. And that come out right there. Coydoctor1 at gmail.com. And you know that also, Badger, I just saw, I do I subscribe to some channels I used to do until I got too old again. In the States, not so much on my Harley, but I bought a Triumph Tiger 2003 with the saddlebags in the back box, all Triumph. And I bought all the stuff to go motorcycle camping. So I belong to a couple of channels that I still watch that. I really enjoyed it until I got too old. But one of the guys that's on there yesterday or last night, he came out with a video, and then I bought the Comica wireless mics, the ones that have one receiver and two microphones, so you can record in stereo. Or if you have somebody there, you can clip one on the person you're interviewing, clip one on yourself. They have a lavalier mic that you can plug into that, put it on your belt, and just clip on your microphone. They give you two of those. Well, he has the new Rode mic. The biggest thing that everybody was complaining about them is that they only had the one deal, but they're outstanding. I like my Comica, don't get me wrong, and it was cheaper. But the new ones, the stuff that he went over last night, it was like 3:00 in the morning when I woke up and watched it. But now, Rode come out with the two microphones, but they also have like 8 gig of memory. So if there's a problem between what you're speaking into the microphone, getting back to the receiver, you went too far, it broke up, it crackled, it did something, it's still inside that microphone, and you can download that audio track onto your computer. How you do that crap, I don't know. Like I said, I'm real naive, but the way that he made it sound, it was like the best thing since sliced bread to be able to do that. But I know that what on the vlogs, I think if it was right, Teacher bought Joe's Rode, I think, wireless. I think the same one Chuck uses. He uses the same one. I just bought I wanted to try the Comica, and they were cheaper. But I don't know how much they are, but I know he did an unboxing of it last night, and it just came out, but it might be something you want to check into. He said they were $299, and the single one was $269. So it seems like a really good price for the two microphones. Let me see. You guys are popping stuff on here. But I know that they get some good audio out of those. I know I do out of my Comica. I would show it to you, but it's over there laying on the bed, getting charged right now. Yeah, he said, and I don't know. I looked on Lasada and they don't even have them yet. But he said in the States at Amazon they were $299, and that the single ones when they came out were $259 or $69 or something. I paid for my Comica, I paid 6,000 baht. So what is that? 30, 60, 90. $180 or something, and that had the two. And like I said, the biggest thing that I could see is if I got into interviewing people, or talking with a lot of people or something like that, it would be very nice because you got two sets of audio. Yeah, and you don't hear one doesn't overrun the other. You can hear both. So it is kind of neat. But you're like me, I think. I all this stuff is really, I'm trying to learn. The biggest thing for me when in the air conditioning business was when digital controls came out, and I came home with a laptop years and years ago, took a Honeywell course in the first DDC systems that they had, and I knew nothing about nothing. And my 3-year-old and my 5-year-old kids said, "Oh, I know this, Dad. This is Windows. Here, I'll show you how to do it." I mean, here's a 5-year-old kid showing me how to work a laptop. But yeah, I just haven't. That's probably the most educated that I'm in is in controls for HVAC. But and I haven't done that in 10 years now or something, so I'm sure everything is new in that. But if you can afford the Comica, I liked, and the other one I think Dana used is the Seraphonic, something like that. They have the two and the one. They also have a number 2 and another one. That one that came out is better than the other. I don't know, but he likes that too. They're all cheaper than Rode. Hey Brock, how you doing, man? Telling everybody in here I'm so slow on getting stuff here. So if you write something and I don't see it, write it again for me. Cool. Yeah, I haven't flown my Mini in a long time. I probably ought to do that. The new pump, what I'm doing, and I told everybody that on the pump, and I said it earlier, but what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to end up with a 750 watt 3-panel solar system that I'm going to have somebody install. It's going to cost me about 2,800 baht. But that's everything, start to finish. I don't have to do nothing. So what I'm going to do now, I did end up getting the guy to, first he didn't want to take the pump back. It was only 1,200 baht. So it wasn't, that's why I got it. I figure worst case scenario, I throw it in the trash. But he ended up, I told him, he said, "Oh, well, you got to have the right voltage and 2 batteries and this." And I'm going, it shows it right on the pump, 1 panel or batteries or both, and I tested the voltage on it and it was getting the perfect voltage. It won't pump 40 meters, let alone it says it'll pump 50. Well, the guy ended up taking it back, so I've got to ship it out. What I'm going to do is they have a 220 volt pump with the control box with 35 meters of wire on it, already wired into the panel. I just plug the panel into power or tie it in to power, and it's 1.5 inches, so I'll just reduce it because I don't need that much water, but I'll reduce the 1.5 inches to the 1 inch that I already bought, or I'll run 1.5 inches. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that expensive. But it's they have it on sale right now at Lasada for 3,400 baht. So what is that? 30, 60, 90, like 100, 110 bucks. So I'm going to take that. And then that way I do have something, let's say down the road that I really need the solar water, everything dies. I can pull the solar pump up, drop the 220 volt in there and produce some water for 100 bucks. So I'll use it as a backup. And I should get that Monday or Tuesday. And as soon as I get that, I'll do a quick video on it. But it'll pump 40 liters a minute at 50 feet. And I'm going to set it at 30 feet. So, or 32 feet, right about them. I had the other one set at 40, but now I talked to the well guy and everything. The water's way up. The water's at like 20 meters. So setting it at 32 is plenty. So I'll set it at 32. And as soon as I do that, I will let everybody know. But that's the plan now. Because I really don't want to spend the the 28, 30,000 baht on the right solar system. And I want to test the water first. So by spending this $100, I'll have something that'll be producing water. Like I told people earlier and before, there's a Falong behind me that I pay his electric bill, and he lets me use his water. And his electric bills are like 100 or 1,500 was the last one I paid. So I started thinking about it. I bought a tank the other day. Most of the tanks were right around 4,000. I found this cheaper one for 1,000 liter for 2,100, something like that. And I had that delivered the other day. So between that and the 220 volt pump, if I work there for another 3 or 4 months before the house is done, it'll pay for the pump. So that's what I'm going to do. That's my plan so far. Let me see. Can I read any of this? I'm glad you could make it, Brock. Hey, as long as it works, Badger, that's all that matters. He said he's saying hello, hello, hello. Yeah, no, I'm just not a. I wish I was a tech guy. I'm just not. I do have a lot of people. When I was talking to Mike's the other day, he said, I told him I finally got the microphone to work on my laptop. That's what I'm talking on now. It's just a shotgun mic. And he said, "Why didn't you just call me?" Because he'd jump on. He would help me out. I know he would. He's a great guy. I'm kudos to him now, man. He's got his future wife, I'm sure, in his arms right now. All right, Badger. Have a safe trip, my friend. Hand pump. Are you going to come pump it for me, Joe? And I think I told you that before. Not the piece of property right next to me, but there's a half of one of those pieces of property that a monk owns, and in the back corner of his property, he's got a hand pump. But like I said, it's only 20 meters down to the water, and the water looked good. In fact, I didn't even think about that. It's probably the same water. I could have went over there and took a bottle full of that and tested it. Maybe I will do that today. I'm glad you said that, Joe. So now I know. But I'll go over there and pump. It's got to be the same water. Got to be, if not close enough. Okay, who is this now? Live at 5. Oh, okay, Badger, the 28th, March. Okay, you got it. I'll be there. Thanks, Mitch. Thanks for putting that down. All right, how long have we been going? Wow, an hour and a half? Boy, time flies when you're having fun. Anybody have any kind of questions or anything? I guess I could use the hours. I mean, if you guys got something you want to ask me, or by all means, put it up. There's 13 people. Wow, pretty good for me. I'm hoping that everybody's enjoying the channel. I'm really, like I said, I'm really getting a kick out of doing it. Like I said, I haven't gotten my trolls yet. I'm sure that I'll probably have them soon, so they tell me. But I know teachers having a problem, so I'm probably sure I'll get them. But if anybody has any kind of questions, like I said, by all means, ask me. I did HVAC for 33 years, and then I was a building engineer for 6. That was the end of my retirement, and I retired at 52. I can't remember. I was 17. So 17, 27, 37, 47, 49. I was about 50. Yeah, about 50, 53, 54 years old, I retired. So about 30 years I did air conditioning, and 6 years I did building. I was a building engineer on UCSF, which is a advanced teaching facility in Fresno. It's actually a part of the UCSF campus out of Frisco. 3-story state-of-the-art building, right under 100,000 square feet. So I was the chief engineer and the only engineer there. They were absolutely awesome to me. I just got too damn old, going up ladders with 50 pounders and 200-pound compressors, and my knees, I just couldn't go up and down ladders anymore. And they were paying like 150 or 160,000 a year to have me, and they weren't getting that money. I worked for, of course, Able Engineering. I worked for an engineering company, and they of course got it. I didn't get all that, but they were so good to me. And I told them, man, if you pull me out of here, they're going to give you some Yahoo that isn't going to know anything about HVAC. I said, I've got a kid that I know I could teach. He knows all the other stuff. He knows all the drywall and the electrical and all that stuff. And I'll stay with him for a year. I said, and he needed a job. He was making like $13-14 an hour as helping a contractor's helper, or whatever. And they asked the company, said, Dave wants to pick his own. Do you have a problem with that? They said, absolutely not. They signed the kid up. He went from making $12 to $14 an hour to over $100,000 a year. And boy, I told him, needless to say, I'm his hero. He's I call him a kid. He's probably 45, 50 years old now, but 40 years old anyway. Great guy, has kids and really improved his life. So I stuck with him for a year, taught him stuff about the system and stuff, mainly answered the phone and stuff like that. Didn't have to go down there hardly at all. And he's been there, I want to say 7-8 years now, maybe longer, as long as I've been retired, maybe 10 years. So yeah, I did a lot. And how long were you in it? 32 years. You're still in it, Steve? Or you're going to work now? Can't read. Pretending like I can see again. It's really sick. Pre-built house. Oh, doing AC work. Okay. 32 years. Let's see. Grinch, do you think it would be better? Oh, I can click on these, can't I? Can't I? Yeah. Ah, look at that technology. Do you think it would be better to buy a pre-built house or try to find some land and build my own? They are showing plenty of brand new houses you should be able to do 100,000, no problem. And that's for a nice house, I would say. I don't know if you watch Foreigner Joe's channel? I think he just did a thing on the houses that his builder is building, is like 3-bedroom, 2-bath, nice houses, decent little bit of land for under 100,000. So yeah, by all means, it's going to cost me, or not cost me, but it's going to be, I think by the time I'm done with everything, about $2.5 million. And if you figure in, you had to buy land for $1 million or whatever, that you'd be 3.5. So what is that? It's like 30, 60, 90. That's about $100,000. So yeah, I don't think any problem. If it was me and you're planning on coming here, I would find a place where I don't know exactly where you want to live, but where you want to live, but it's going to depend on where, as far as for land and stuff. Let's see, you wrote something else here. Yeah, why isn't that working? What is the price range to build your house, if you don't mind? That was about it. The house itself is going to be somewhere around 2.5, something like that. And then I've got the pond and all that stuff isn't in that price. That's just for the house. But it's a pretty big house. In my terms, it's about 2,100 square feet, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, all American-styled home. If you just want to build, I would think if you just wanted to build a 2 or 3-bedroom house on the smaller side, single story, I think you could build one easily and have a builder do it for $1.5 million. And then if you had land, so yeah, I think you could build something even getting land, let's say you had to pay $1 million for the land, and then you had 1.5, you got 2.5 in the whole thing, which I know you can buy houses already built in that 2.5 range. So it might not be worth even bothering with unless you plan on doing the building yourself or running it yourself, hiring the Thai people to do it. Because what is that? I'm thinking, am I right or am I wrong? $1 million baht's about $30,000. Is that right, or are my calculations wrong? I know Mitch will probably be able to. Who, Joe's house or my house? Is that cheap? All right, Joe. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the support. But yeah, I don't know. Is it you put in there? Is that Joe's? Is that what you're saying about Joe's? He's going to give the prices sooner or later here. But I think his is. If you look at his video, he has one on there right before his last build, maybe a couple of videos back, about $100,000 American dollar house that his builders built. And I think he even walks through one of them. And if I want to remember right, it's a single story, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, living room, kitchen, that type of thing. And I mean, if you don't have a large family, the only reason that we built 2 stories is we wanted to have 1 bedroom that her mom and dad could use if they want to, which are the one downstairs next to ours, a big master bedroom, which I got. And then the 2 up, instead of building a full 2-story, only half the house is 2-story. And up the stairs is 2 almost identical bedrooms with a bathroom in the middle for the kids. She has an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old. And they're excited as hell. They get to pick out their own flooring and colors, and they're ecstatic. Whole family is. They've never had a new home or anything, and I'm glad that they get to experience all this. But let's see. You wrote something. Yeah, Joe, he hasn't really said because the pool is separate and this and that, but I'm guessing he's in that same range without the pool, 2.5 or something. And his is like, what did he say? 170 square meters, and mine's 195 or something like that. So they're about the same, it seems like. And like I said, I guess we're gonna go with the white block. I don't know if anybody was here when we were discussing that, but we're gonna go with the white block. I don't know what that was. What was Joe saying? It was 32.5. Oh, 32.5 per million. So yeah, so 2.5 would be what? 30, 60, 75. Yeah, like 85,000 for 2.5 million. So 85,000, you should be able to either build something, and I'm talking about a smaller home, probably a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. If you get the property you can probably get it. Depends on where you want to live, Grinch. Wherever you want to be. But I think you can get something fairly decent anywhere. Even if it's small, for about $1 million. So you got $1.5 million to build, and I think you're going to find builders out there that can build something for you for $1.5 million. So you got to watch them and who you get and who you use. Joe's builder seems awesome. The brother or the cousin of my wife that's building my home or our home, I've checked out his home that he built. He's built many, many homes, and the guy's good. So that's, I guess, a big deal here. A lot of people, they'll rip you off. They'll do that anywhere. If you're not watching what you're doing, anybody can take advantage of you. But find a good builder, find a piece of property for around $1 million. I think for 85,000, you could build a very acceptable home. Like I said, unless you need 2,000, 4,000 square feet or something. But let's see what else. I would think you could, no problem. Now, I don't know if you want to do that. Yeah, I am going to. Oh, I don't know. I never met you before. How are you doing? I hope in Rimza. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm horrible with names. If that's close, let me know. Yes, I am going to. I've got the. I'm going to have two 1,000 liters just for my water that I'm going to either use with the solar pump, depending on the water quality, and then I am going to off the rain gutters. I'm going to set up the other 1,000 liter, maybe two, behind the 3 meter by 3 meter guest house that I'm putting on there, and collect water, roof water, because that's the one reason that I'm doing it. I hope it's Rimza. I hope that's right. Let me know. The when we rented, not the house that I'm in right now, the one we had before that they actually sold. That's why we had to move. I was there for a year. We ran out of water. They had two 1,000 liter tanks on there, and we went without water for almost 2 weeks, and we had to buy water. Not that it was real expensive, but it was a lot more expensive than just buying it from the city. And I didn't really care about the price. It was, you don't know, never know exactly when you're going to run out. I tried to look as much as possible. So on our home that we're going to live in, I want to make sure that I have water. 3-letter roofing. I have the roofing that's going on there is a metal roof with 4 inches. I don't know the name of it. My wife knows the name. I wish my memory was better, but it's about, where are you? 4 inches of foam attached to the metal roofing. And because I didn't want any noise or anything, and I wanted the insulation. So it's supposed to be some of the best stuff that you can use besides maybe going with tile and some other stuff. But I don't really care about the metal as long as there's no, I want to be able to talk in my house when it's raining. But off of that roof and off of the little roof, it has a deck on the top with stairs up the side on the little guest house. And I might try to collect off of that too, especially for garden water and stuff like that. Am I pronouncing your name right? Rimza. Rimza? I hope. Let me know, please. Yeah, I don't know why they don't, Steve. Maybe because it's expensive. It's really weird because I know in a lot of places that especially have cheap labor, they just do stuff different, like the one guy that I've got building my fence, he could have gotten a truck in there and poured all the foundations in, an hour and been done. Now, mixed it all by hand, put the steel in, poured it by hand, and that's just the way that they do some stuff. Sometimes I think it makes sense to do some stuff, but other times it's cheaper for labor. It's cheaper for, like I know in Costa Rica, to send a guy out with a sickle and have him cut down your property with a sickle than it is to get a tractor to come in and just mow it all down. Pay a little bit, about the same, maybe a little cheaper, and some guy gets the labor and gets to gets to do it. And that's what I think they work on. Everybody's saying hello to you now, Rimza. Okay, Rimza, cool. Pleased to meet you. Where are you from? You here in Thailand or no? Anybody else have any questions about my cool room? I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to buy the air conditioner for it. I'm going to talk to them probably next week after the second floor is up, where is going to be a good little, I think maybe 7 by 7, 7.5 by 7.5. Ought to be plenty big enough for a little chair and air conditioner and something comfortable for me to sit down and get out of the heat in. So I'll start now. I'll excuse me. I'll definitely do a video on the Thai living, the American. But I just, when it gets stifling, man, I've since I've been here now almost over two and a half years, I am getting used to it a little bit. I've definitely got used to spicy food. I've always liked spicy food, but until you come to Thailand and eat papaya salad, you don't know what spicy food is. And I like spicy. So now I kind of gotten tuned to that. And I think that helps. The stuff they eat is just unbelievable. No wonder their immune systems are so strong. But they, I love it. I mean, the lamu that her mom makes and she makes for me is just outstanding. I don't eat it with the rice. I eat it with sticky rice, which is probably not good. But I love to just take a big ball of sticky rice and soak it in that extremely spicy liquid. And because they don't use, I guess in kapau mu, they use oils, and in lamu they don't use the oil. They make it kind of special for me, because in some of the lamu that I've had, they put in just big hunks of fat, and I just can't get used to eating a big hunk of fat. So they make mine with just pretty much just the ground pork, and then a lot of red chili and some cilantro, and then all the herbs. The mother goes out in the yard and picks all the vegetables for what she's cooking. So that's why at the new place I'm going to build her a quite nice Thai kitchen, and she always cooks. She came up here this morning at 6 o'clock because my wife took her at 7 to the bus station. She's going to Bangkok. I don't know if you've heard or about me, whoever's in here, that my mother-in-law goes to Bangkok she gets there by Friday night, and she stays there till Sunday so that the kids have 2 days out of the boarding school. We have an apartment, or my wife has an apartment there, and they just stay in the apartment, and grandma stays with them and cooks for them and makes it so that they're not constantly in that boarding school, 24/7, 7 days a week. She does that every weekend that they're in Bangkok. Unbelievable. But what she normally does is, her father is gone right now. He went to Udon to visit some people. He'll be back. He usually stays over at the house. He'll stay here a couple of nights a week. She'll usually pick up her mom on the way back from work at 4:30, 5 o'clock, come here. She makes dinner, stays the night, get up at, she gets up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, cooks me something to eat. And then when she goes to work she usually leaves here 7:30, 8 o'clock. She's got to be to work at 8:30, I think, and drops her mom off. And her mom spends the whole day with her friends and everything over at her house. So, but the food is just phenomenal. And I can't wait to put up this video about the house and lunch yesterday, because that steak was phenomenal for 200 baht. And the steak, and the pork steak that she had, it was huge. It was like this big. And for 69 baht with papaya salad as a side dish on the plate. And he took like some sticky rice and put it on the grill and patty and a little salad thing. It was phenomenal. 300 baht for a Australian steak that I had, which was awesome. And her pork steak, which was awesome. I tasted it. It was great. And the papaya salad and 2 sugar-free drinks, which I told you they don't usually have at restaurants. Well, I forgot to stop, and sure enough, this guy had sugar-free 7-Up. So had that for 300 baht. It was like, and what is that? $9? Come on. So I can't wait to put that up. And the guy was really nice. He did a little interview with me, and I got his phone number. I'll put in the description box, and I'll try to figure out how to use Google and put that in the description too. I don't know how. If I don't, I'm here in Surin. I'm retired. Anybody that comes here and wants to go, I'll take them over. So that won't be a problem. But let's see. Anybody else asking anything? Did I miss anything? Put on my eyes. All right, Steve. Good night to you. 1 a.m. All righty, guys. What do we got? 10. I think it's been an hour and 45 minutes. I think I'm going to go ahead and end it. And I appreciate everybody coming by. I really do. You people are great. I got all the best subscribers from all the channels that I watch, from Thomas and from everybody. So can't wait for everybody to come here, meet the people. I'm really looking forward to it, and I wish you all a good day, and I will see you on the next one. I will definitely put that video out either tonight or tomorrow morning. I will definitely finish it up. It'll be a fun little one, and you guys have my email. I'll definitely put my email address again in the comments. Yeah, I do subscribe to that. Did I say it right? Rimza. God, I'm horrible. I'll remember it, Rimza. All right, Mitch. Everybody take care, and I will see you on the next one.